complexity made simple. And this is video 4 in the series of Design for Flow in your lean systems. Now, this video is just going to give you some very straightforward and simple advice, subtle advice that just gets missed left, right and center when you are trying to design for flow. And it's this: box sizes. Box sizes. When you are trying to make material move through your supply chain, not just your factory, but initially this is going to be about your factory and how well material moves through it. Box sizes are effectively batch sizes. And of course, what do we typically want to do always in lean to make material flow faster through the factory is to reduce the batch size. So we want you to think about box sizes and potentially reduce your box size. Now, what benefits is this going to bring to you? Well, I want to give you an example of box sizes being pallets compared to box sizes being boxes rather than a pallet. So imagine you've got a production setup here. Let's say it's just one person and they're assembling a particular product. Now, I saw this in a company that made seats for farming equipment. So inside a tractor, a combine harvester, that sort of thing. Some of the seats are quite complicated these days. They're pneumatic. They can turn around, especially if you're in a two bucket, backhoe type unit. You want to turn the seat around and then turn forwards when you're driving the tractor forwards. So there's all sorts of things going on with these things. Quite big components. One person was assembling them and the parts were delivered on pallets. So I think there was something like 8 pallets. I'm just going to draw this, I think, with 5, but anyway. This person has got 5 pallets of material. They're making the item on that bench there. Now, what does this mean to the productivity and the efficiency of what you're doing here? Well, straight away, look, let's say these pallets are all 1 meter in size. Straight away, that area, you have no choice but for it to be 5 meters at least in size. All right, I mean, obviously you could move these around and put them a little bit closer together and try and put him around the operator and things like that. So you can do things like that, but it's still going to take up 5 square meters wherever you put those footprints around the operator working. Of course, the operator now has got to walk. They've got to have motion. So if we think about our 7 wastes, there's one of the 7 wastes right there in spades. Bucket loads of motion to get the product. Okay, so you've got lots of space being taken up and you think about how much time that takes. Now, just think box size. Imagine we don't deliver pallets. All right, and I know you like to deliver pallets because it's efficient, isn't it? We're going to get a forklift truck and going to buzz around and deliver pallets. But imagine we cut the pallets up and let's say the pallets are stacked like this with units. They're in 6s on each level. So what we do is we don't deliver the pallet. We deliver a box off the pallet. Straight away, what happens? Well, straight away now, what have we got? 5 boxes now. I'm actually going to put them this side of the bench, maybe. I haven't drawn them very close together. But straight away, this distance here, it'll be approximately 2 meters. If we moved this in, maybe cut the bench down as well. Maybe what we could do is put these boxes really close together like this. Like that maybe. Then we could deliver the items from the back. And now look at the amount of motion. So straight away, by delivering boxes to the shop floor instead of delivering pallets. Now don't forget, in the warehouse, this makes no difference to the warehouse in terms of space. In the warehouse, they've got 5 pallets waiting for product to be delivered to this production line. They can either deliver them as pallets or they can deliver them as boxes. The only difference is if they deliver them as pallets, the production area has to have space for pallets. Now boxes are coming. Now we've kind of made everything neater, closer. Suddenly this person now is maybe going, I don't know, 30-40% faster. They're not doing as much work, so they go home having made the same amount of product, but they're not as worn out, as tired, they don't put as much effort in. There isn't any bending anymore onto the pallets. There isn't any lifting anymore. And by the way, all we did was reduce the box size from a pallet to a box. That's all we did. Cost nothing to do it. It cost nothing. Now then, what you're going to say though is, yeah, but now it costs 6 times as much because we got to deliver 6 boxes to the production line, and now I got 6 times as many forklift truck drivers buzzing around the place. Okay, no, you haven't. Here's what you do: you install a milk round. And what a milk round is your parts feeder. Here they are. I can't draw people very well. Here's our happy parts feeder. He's got some kind of truck, some kind of trolley. This could be electric. I'm just drawing it because I can only draw a little simple trolley as if it's manual. What does he do? He goes off to the warehouse. He visits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pallets. And so whenever he turns up, currently he turns up with 1 item on his forklift truck. He's going to turn up with 1 of these 5. Now what he does is he turns up with all 5 on the truck at the same time. And he's doing a milk round. Now what you're going to have to do is organise the warehouse to help him to do this. But again, it's about organisation. This isn't about spending money. There's no technology. There's no app needed. There's no MRP system. There's none of that nonsense going on. There's no money needed. All you did was reduce the box size, reorganise the production area, and reorganise the warehouse and the way that the material handler brings the parts to the shop floor. What did you gain? You've halved the space and you've improved the speed. And it cost you nothing. That's lean. People talk about work smarter, not harder, and all that kind of stuff. But this is it. You know, that's lean. We've spent hardly any money at all. The only investment we've made is what's up here. But when you use box sizes correctly, and by the way, this would also be things like containers, shipping containers coming from China. You've got a box. The danger of doing this is you have 1 part in each box, and the whole shipping container arrives with 6 months worth of flipping stock on it. You need to get away from that, and you need to do this. You need to make sure your shipping container contains all 5 parts all the time. It's the same idea as a milk round. If you do this, you create flow, and that's what this is about. Remember lean, the money is in the flow. The more you can speed the flow up through your factory, the more money you're going to make. Use box sizes, improve flow, and make more money.